Hello all. Today I'd like to demonstrate about VirusTotal and how we can use it for the quick malware analysis. Imagine you just downloaded a file or you clicked a sketchy link and your local antivirus says nothing in that file, but your gut feeling is telling there is something wrong. And how do you check it against 70 different antivirus engines simultaneously without crashing your computer? So you can rely on the VirusTotal. VirusTotal is free and it owned by Google Threat Intelligence platform. It acts as like the aggregator, taking a file or the URL and running it against dozens of top-tier security vendors like Kaspersky, OpSec, Microsoft, and so forth at all once. Before uploading any files or the hashes, make sure like you are not uploading any sensitive information or the proprietary data belongs to your corporate company or the keys or the personal documents, because most of these documents going to be end up in the public version of the VirusTotal, which is accessible to everyone. So the files which you are going to be uploading to the VirusTotal for the public version are like the global accessible to the global cybersecurity community. And coming to the features of the VirusTotal, you can upload files up to 650 MB to scan instantly against the signature basis that VirusTotal does have. You can also scan the URLs and you can do like the quick analysis of any domains and the URLs. And also you can search based on the IP addresses, URLs, and the domain and the file hash. So I like to give like the quick tip. Whenever you are trying to upload any file, first start with the file hash share. Today I have like a few samples which I got from the malware buzzer. Let's extract one of the file. Malware buzzer protects these malicious files with the password. The password is infected. Let's rename this file. As I mentioned earlier, instead of just uploading the file, you can also do like search with hash. Let's find the SHA-256 hash for this particular executable file. And one more quick tip, you can also use command like file to get like the basic information about this particular file. As you observe here, it is PE32 executable file, which can executable on the Intel 80886 architecture. And to get the SHA-256 hash, you can use command SHA-256 sum. And the file name, here the file name is sample underscore one exe. And this is the hash we got for this particular file. Hash is going to be helpful to detect the authenticity and the integrity of the file. Even the small changes will change the hash value. So here I copied the hash for this suspicious file and going to VirusTotal, providing the hash information. The hash value is right now searching by the VirusTotal. As you observe, the VirusTotal detected it like 11 out of 69 antivirus engines detected this particular file is malicious. Let's deeper dive what exactly happening on the VirusTotal. So it found like the file size is 5.58 MB and the last analysis happened 9 hours ago. Coming to the detection from the detection engine. So it is giving the capabilities of this suspicious file. And out of so many antivirus engines, like the quite a few are already detected, it is like the malicious. and it does have like web malware intention. And you can also get like the further details about this suspicious file. And if you observe here, there are like the different hash algorithms used to detect this particular sample. And you can also observe like VirusTotal is detected. It is like the PE32 executable file and the same architecture that we found using the command file. You can also see the history of this particular file, when it created and when it's the first time they submitted into the VirusTotal engine and when it's last analyzed this one. This particular file is submitted to the VirusTotal with quite different names. You can also see them here. And you can also have like the file version information. Interestingly, you can also understand the capabilities of this particular executable files without directly executing in the sandbox environment. The import section is going to be give you like what are the system calls used in this particular program. So this information is like very vital for our investigation purpose. And we can also do like the relation analysis of this particular malware sample. So if you observe here, so this malware file is also connected with few other artifacts. Those artifacts might be executable files or the domains. Let us see what VirusTotal is going to be detect here. VirusTotal will give us like the the graph, and we can figure out like how the communication is working between these malicious files. If you observe here, the dropped files are connected with few other suspicious files, and the communication might happening between these files, or else like they might interlink to each other. If you observe here, this particular file is part of the silver fox, and it is labeled like the remote access trojan. This is also deep dives about investigation to figure out like what are the dependencies and how it might be communicating with the C2C server. By the way, C2C means command and control. Let's check the behavior of this particular malware, which is detected by the VirusTotal. VirusTotal does have the sandbox capability where it will diffuse this particular malware in their sandbox environment, and they nicely label like what are the capabilities of this particular malware. If you observe here, the malware does have like the execution privilege escalation and stealth mode and discovery, as well as the command and control communication from the executable. So malware have like all these capabilities once they executed on your machine. It's trying to do these kind of the activities. You can imagine this way. Once you clicked on this suspicious file on your system, it's trying to elevate its privileges using the process injection. And it is trying to go into the stealth mode where it can't be detectable. And it is also trying to discover like further information within your machine. And finally, it is trying to communicate with its command and control server. So this information is very vital for our investigation purposes too. You can also deep dive like what exactly it is doing as part of its malware behavior. If you observe here, so you can see like the capabilities of this particular malware and the kind of the memory pattern and the network pattern of this one. Along with that, community also gives their findings for this particular malware, and you can also quickly understand like if you're missing any the parts of the investigation, you can also get like further information. For example, here one of the user labeled this part of the ghost rat, and they provided like the sample link here from the malware bazaar. So we got this information just providing the hash value. You might encounter the scenarios there is no sample already submitted to the VirusTotal. So how you can do the investigation at that time? Now I will switch to the another sample which I got. Let's unzip that one. As I mentioned earlier, we need to use the password infected, which is provided by malware budget. And this is JavaScript file. The malicious files can be executable files, JavaScript, shell script, even like the documents like docx, doc, PDF. So let's investigate this second sample. So instead of using the hash, right now I'm trying to use the file. Let's go to the file, choose the file. And right now, the analysis going on the VirusTotal antivirus engines. Among 59, 25 of antivirus engines detected this particular JS script is malicious. And it also gave like the various rules. Um, you can see like which antivirus engines detected it is like the malicious. So most of the antivirus engines detected it is the Trojan. You can also see like what kind of the file it is. And you can also have like the hash information. And when it's scanned earlier, and another information about the same JS file, it submitted with the various names. Let us see the relationship with other. So if you observe here, it is contacting with the two domains and it have like the two different IPs and the URL. Let us see how it is contacting them. So if you observe, it is contacting to two different IP addresses, which are you can find here, and you can also see like which URLs it is trying to reach. So it is reaching to msftandcsi.com, and the other one is msft. Yeah, it's the same. You can also see like the the connectedness of this particular JS with other artifacts. So such a way we can conduct like the intense investigation without diffusing this malware in the sandbox environment, and VirusTotal is giving like a great information. As we observed here, we can also give like the IP addresses as part of our investigation using the VirusTotal. You can also analyze the IP addresses and the URLs. Let us see what is the behavior of this suspicious JS file. If you observe, this particular JS file does have like the quite a different capabilities from the execution, persistence, privilege escalation, stealth mode, and it is also trying to get like the credential access and trying to discover further information, and it is also trying to change the registry environment in our operating system. So it is trying to reach to this particular domain. Let us see what VirusTotal is giving about that particular domain. So such a way you can also learn how you can learn about the URLs. Whenever you encounter any suspicious URL of the domain, it is better to quickly search in the VirusTotal and identify whether it is like the malicious file, malicious domain, or malicious URL. Let's give the URL here. Let's search it. I'm running this entire environment in the Parrot OS. That might be the reason why it is taking some time. So if you observe, the VirusTotal, almost every antivirus engine is giving it is like a secure. So one of the comment you can observe that this is like the list made by list. So there is certain instances might you accidentally block these suspicious IPs or the URLs. It's better to validate all the IPs and the URLs. Hope in this exercise you understood about how we can do the quick assessment on suspicious files using the hash value by uploading the file and also searching the like the artifacts from that particular malware. Certain times you might see like the legitimate traffic might it is running on the operating system. So it's better to be more vigilant while you are collecting the evidences as part of the investigation. Thank you all.